Hello Aquarius, welcome. This is going to be a general reading for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or any who feel drawn to watch this. It is general, so I'm not looking for anything particular, but I will talk about whatever I see in the cards. And also to let you know, I'm going to start with some oracle cards, an overlying theme or message, just the higher message that Spirit feels like you need to see or hear. And then I will use tarot to get into how it is playing out in your life, or what any additional messages or confirmation that Spirit feels like you need. So Aquarius, let's take a look, guys. What is going on? What are you working through, working on, celebrating? Just what's going on for Aquarius? What do we need to see or talk about, please, Spirit? Your spiritual journey. All right, Aquarius. We're all spiritual all of the time because that is what we are. Spirit having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. However, each person's spiritual journey has to be taken at a pace and in the way that suits him or her. On the bottom, or top in this case, on this deck, the truth about emotions. I feel like you're having to face some truths about your emotions. It is a necessary part of your spiritual journey. Could have been an emotional experience or event that has come up which has triggered you on this next step of your spiritual path. You could be going through an awakening, or you could just be following the next step in your spiritual journey, choosing a change in your life because you feel like you are being drawn to that, and you feel or know deep in your soul that this is a part of your spiritual journey, that this is necessary for your growth. What else for Aquarius? Spirit? That didn't work. Let's try that again. Aquarius. Okay. Round and round. I feel, okay, a few things. First of all, I feel like you have been on a cycle, a repetitive cycle, like the same thing keeps happening over and over and over again. I want to point out that in this round and round card, it is a nautilus shell. It's the spiral. And to me, the thing is, the circle is the exact same thing happening every time. The nautilus or the spiral, it is a common theme or thread. It is part of your spiritual journey to learn this lesson. It is a little bit different every time. Every time you encounter this or go through this experience or these similar experiences, it is slightly different because you have learned lessons as you've moved through this. It is a little bit different each time. And this is also that spiral dance of life, of coming to know the self, of connecting with spirit and getting enlightenment. You do feel a bit like you've been going round and round. I want you to remember or be aware that it is not exactly the same. You have learned and improved and made changes with each iteration of this theme or this lesson in your life. Don't forget that. Look at what you have accomplished and learned already and how you have improved and changed this. It is going to continue to improve and to change, but it is a theme, I feel like, in your life. A continuing theme. I don't know why I just did that. I was going to pull the top. You know what? I feel like I'm supposed to. What else for Aquarius? You have two. Co-create and peace. Yeah, and this is co-creation as well with spirit. I feel like you are working with spirit, recognizing your calling, your spiritual path, this lesson that you are on, and you are working to co-create growth within this for your peace. And I also feel like really delving into this, looking at how you have co-created some of these circumstances, some of these lessons that have been coming in for you, how you've been working in collaboration with spirit for your growth, understanding that even these difficult experiences have been brought about to help you grow, is going to bring you a sense of peace, some peace within this situation. With card 25 or 7, 40 or 4, and 23 or 5. Bottom of the deck, chaos and conflict. Yeah. You could be in a very difficult, as card 33, that's a master number. I don't know what that means as a master number. Breaks down to 6, which is vibrates to the planet Venus. It's about love and relationships. But there's chaos and conflict. There could be chaos and conflict within a relationship that you're having with a repetitive cycle that you feel like has been going over and over and over again. It's like, I feel like you find peace in this situation and then it starts again. Breathe in this situation. Know that you have called this into your life for your spiritual growth to recognize that this chaos is going on around you. Debris is flying. Things are not stable, but you are stable. You are protected by spirit. And center yourself. Find your peace within, in the eye of the storm. What else for Aquarius, please, Spirit? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I feel, Aquarius, like there's something that you feel guilty about. There's something within you that you feel like, I just feel like it goes back to your childhood. I feel like that's why there's this round and round repetitive cycle within this. That it's time for you to release and find peace with. It's playing out in your life in this repetitive cycle for you to become aware of this, to really, really address this, to maybe you did something, maybe you just were made to feel guilty, like something was your responsibility, something that happened was your fault. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Feeling guilty doesn't change the situation. It doesn't do anything. We all make mistakes. And I feel like you're holding on to the guilt. And because you're holding on to this, whether you're responsible or not, it is in the past. It's over. It's time to grow, change, and release yourself from this feeling of guilt. There's even that spiral feeling in this card here. In order to move forward, to co-create with spirit, to move forward on your spiritual path and to find this peace, you are meant to have peace in terms of this. Release yourself from that feeling of guilt. Take a look at it with new eyes. See the truth in this situation. Accept your responsibility if you are, but forgive yourself. And move forward. If you are not actually responsible for it and it was just put upon you, recognize that and release yourself from it. It's time. What else for Aquarius, please? It's way too many cards. What else for Aquarius, please, Spirit? What do we need to see to get the biggest understanding of this and how to move forward for Aquarius? Courage. Okay. Wow. Yeah. And like I said, forgiveness is on the bottom of the deck. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Forgiveness. Like I said, this is the overlying theme. You either have someone that you need to forgive. It can be both, that you need to forgive, or you need to forgive yourself, or you could need to ask for forgiveness in order to release yourself from this repetitive cycle that's playing out over and over and over again. I feel like this is something, I do feel like it has something to do with your childhood or your past. Whatever this incident was, it's something that has really shaped and molded your perception of yourself and your path, who you are, how you can move forward. This was put here for you to overcome. You have everything you need within you. You are protected. You are co-creating with Spirit. Spirit has your back. Be bold and courageous and face this head on. You will be able to release yourself from this repetitive cycle and change the pattern of your forward movement. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Forgiveness is here for you, for them, for yourself. It's there. The time is now. It's being orchestrated at this time in your life because the opportunity is ripe, that things have come together in a time, enough time has passed, enough understanding has happened that you can be open to this, that they can be open to this. Let's take a look at the tarot, see what additional messages Spirit has, what clarity or guidance we can get for Aquarius, please, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to see or hear? Way too many cards. I think you have a lot to say. I feel like you have a lot of emotions, a lot wrapped up in this, and it's a bit overwhelming. I feel like you are going to find peace. You are going to find your way through this. It's going to keep coming up until you do. And you have made progress, like I said, but yeah. Two of Swords, difficulties. This is retreat within, to look at a situation, to see the truth in a situation, to separate yourself from the opinions, the ideas, the words, the thoughts of others, to find your own truth, to really take a look at this situation, to see the truth. That and or you are ignoring this, choosing to ignore this. Take it how it resonates. Eight of Wands, you were going to take action on this. You are going to find your motivation to move forward and take very swift action and communication. If there's someone you need to have this conversation with, you are going to do this. I think you're making the decision. You're getting your truth. You know, this is also someone who, you know, you find your truth and you take that moment to center and ground yourself before you step forward, uncrossing your arms with your sword of truth. I think you have, at this point, you will have your truth and you're going to take action, very motivated to address this. Three of Cups, Four of Swords. Yeah, you definitely. This is exactly what this speaks of to me. We have communication, friendship, and recuperation. I feel like they could be coming to you, but I feel like it's you stepping forward to make this happen. Three Cups can be reconciliation, coming back together. I feel like this is someone from your past, like childhood, sibling, friend, a past relationship. But I feel like something about this was earlier in your life. You're going to reconnect with this person to bring about healing or recuperation with this Four of Swords, to finally do the spiritual healing that needs to take place within this to find peace. Wow. Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Emperor. Yeah. Eight of Swords is that mental prison. It's that not being able to get out of your thoughts, trapped in your head, not being able to get past your nightmares. It's all in your head. It's your mental conflict. You have felt trapped, tied, and bound by this repetitive cycle that stems from this conflict with this person. But you do have your clarity with this Ace of Swords. You went within with this Two of Swords to get your truth, your clarity. This is that sword of truth that you are stepping forward with to release yourself from this bondage. And you're stepping forward as the Emperor. It's called maturity in this deck. I feel like you have had enough life experiences. You have seen enough of the shift and the change and the minute differences to be able to see this from a different perspective, to understand why this is a repetitive pattern, and you're stepping forward in this Emperor energy, card of Aries, by the way, it doesn't have to be, to make something happen. The Emperor takes charge. They are a leader. They create the world that they want, their reality. I feel like you're a bit emotionally detached from this. You're coming at this from a very logical place, but I feel like that is exactly where you need to be right now to do this. But either someone's coming to you with this, flip it if you need to, but I do feel like it's you taking charge and moving forward to make this shift. You've connected with your wisdom, and you're going to communicate about this. You're going to deliver this sort of truth to bring healing to this situation, even just for yourself, once and for all. What else for Aquarius? The Hierophant, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Swords. The Hierophant is the card of Taurus. Page of Wands is all of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. The Hierophant is something of a spiritual nature. It is within a structure, typically. The Hierophant is our external spirituality, and the High Priestess is our internal spirituality. I feel like you are leveling up, you are growing, maturing as a person, male or female. I don't know if I said that. Hopefully you know that already. We all have masculine and feminine within us. But you are growing and maturing. You are expanding your spiritual knowledge and your spiritual understanding. I feel working with a teacher, an advisor. We have Innocence. I feel like this leveling up, this understanding, this change and healing that you are bringing in for yourself, it's like a spiritual rebirth for you. It is, I feel like whatever happened, whatever this conflict was, like I said, I feel like you were younger, maybe a child, maybe a young teenager, early, I don't know, but I feel like healing this is allowing you to reconnect with that sense of innocence within you that you feel like you lost. You have spent a lot of time battling your ego in mental conflict over this situation, over this conflict. It could have, I'm also, I don't know, I'm getting like it could have been, you could have been raised in a very religious, very strictly religious home, and you had ideas that didn't coincide with that, and somehow you were shot down. Somehow your innocence was taken from you, and whatever that means for you, but it's like your childlike wonder, your excitement, your desire to dive in and connect with spirituality. I feel like you were thwarted in this. With a Five of Swords, if this conflict is with another person, there's a clear victor and a clear loser. And I feel like I'm just getting this, and I know that this is not everyone's story, but I need to say it because it's coming to me and I feel it. I feel like there was someone in a position of power who used their power over you in some way, and it took your innocence, however that represents. And you have carried this guilt with you your entire life for something that happened to you. I have goosebumps, and I'm so sorry, however that was in your life. But you are healing this. You are overcoming this. And now I have forgiveness on the deck. And yes, if someone did something, the unspeakable, the horror, I can't even, to you, forgiveness for them is not forgiveness for them, but it's forgiveness for yourself. But I also feel like you, even though this was done to you, you carry this guilt, this feeling that you are guilty, but I feel like you were a child and you were innocent. Your innocence was taken from you. It's time for you to forgive yourself, to recognize that you are not guilty in this. You were not guilty in this. To forgive yourself, to forgive them, not because what they did or what they took from you was okay, but because you have a higher perspective and you know that they are failed, that they flawed, I guess, not failed, flawed. and that they had their own spiritual lesson to learn, obviously a very difficult one, a very dark one, but that holding on to that has only been festering within you. And for yourself, you need to let this go, to co-create with spirit and find peace. And that's exactly what you're doing. I think you're getting a lot of clarity and perspective. You could be working with a counselor, like actually going to therapy, speaking with someone who has a lot of wisdom and insight in this, in order to really look at this and see this clearly, in order to release this and heal this for yourself, to overcome this mental conflict that this has brought about in your life. And that is a really heavy message. I've never really gotten one like that before, but I really felt like I needed to say that. You were an innocent. You are not guilty. You are coming to this understanding. You are figuring out how to release this mental conflict that you have carried, that has brought about this repetitive cycle over and over and over again in your life because of something that happened to you when you were an innocent. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. This is called faith in this card, in this deck. Spirit is helping you with this, and you have faith. I feel like you're reconnecting with spirit. Spirit is helping you to tend your garden and to weed out those things that are preventing your growth. Wow. Crazy. Not crazy. I mean, just intense. Anyway, I hope that if this resonated for you, Aquarius, that it helped. You are so powerful, and you're gonna figure your way through this healing, to bring justice for yourself, to find peace in this situation. Spirit is with you. You are loved. You have always been loved. And you are going to find renewed courage to deal with this if this is something that you have been having a hard time facing. Wow. All right, Aquarius. Like I said, if this resonated for you, I hope that it helped. I love you guys so much. I really do. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I see you again. Until next time, love and light.